It's gonna make warehouse life a lot easier for Justin.
Absolutely, it's an exciting time because it'll help us to better serve the community.
And really, I mean, the other thing is if a person's being trained in that kind of a model of warehousing, right, is that what they would find at another place?
Right. So we want to, this job training program, the renovation kind of ties in with that, because you wouldn't want to teach someone how to drive on a Model T. You'd want to teach them how to drive on something that other people are driving. So with these modern walk-in cooler and freezer drive-in, actually, they would know how that works. The modern racking. Also, we're going to be putting in for a double reach forklift, so a brand new forklift, and they'll be able to learn how to drive that. And so when they walk into, say they apply for a job at Maine's or Willow Run or a large warehouse, they'll know how all that equipment works and they'll be familiar with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the equipment is important. It's so funny, I like I said before, I went to seminary, and one of the things that I never thought I would ever be talking about is a double reach forklift. Mm-hmm. It just wasn't on my radar screen. But now, I was walking through the parking lot at where my son is going to college, St. John Fisher College in Rochester, and I'm walking through the parking lot and I see a double reach forklift. And I go, that's a double reach forklift, and I'm going, man, that's a pretty cool thing. We want one of them.
Yeah,
definitely.
So really, I mean, and really, what this is about it's like a $200,000 plus a little bit renovation project, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. So the cooler, obviously, the cooler freezer combo is very expensive.
That really doubles our capacity too, doesn't it?
Definitely, it doubles our capacity. It makes our life a lot easier, and it allows us to hold so much more food.
And as you were saying too, the cost of operation of our current freezers and coolers isn't really much more than what that new one will be, is it?
Yeah, and in terms of repairing and fixing the coolers and freezers that we have now, kilowatts to square foot, it really is about the same, if not cheaper, because we wouldn't have the maintenance.
Right. Yeah, it's very cool. Yeah. So as far as what the volunteers will learn when they come into the warehouse, Justin, like what will they learn from that experience?
I think they'll learn how to operate, like Jack had mentioned, the forklifts, and they're going to learn how to inventory things and realizing, the importance of keeping track of numbers, and with the revamping of the warehouse, that's only going to make things easier. Things will be in a greater variety. However, I think the technology will soon catch up with that. So they're going to learn a lot of valuable things. And
they may be learning some things too through our CHOW bus and the food markets too, right? Like what they.
Right. So other than just working in a warehouse, we're going to offer the clients of the job training program a lot more than that. They'll be out on the CHOW bus market, so they'll learn customer service, which is a really big part of working anywhere, really, just interfacing with other people and those kind of skills. But they'll also learn how to cook a healthy meal. They'll learn how to financial literacy, learn how to save money and spend it wisely. They'll learn wellness, light mental health skills, just meditation and yoga, maybe. Just a lot of things that will take them a lot further.
Right. And like even with our CHOW bus, is there a way that they might be able to get like a license for driving a bus or something like that?
Yes. So one of the steps in the job training program is a license evaluation. So a lot of people that come into our warehouse to volunteer don't have a license, whether it was suspended, whether they just never got one. So we're going to evaluate their situation there and find out what they needed to do to either get one or get it back. Once they have one, they'll then be given the option to learn how to operate a CDL B vehicle. So with a CDL Class B, it really opens up your options as far as employment. So they'll be given that opportunity.
So they'll be able to get certifications and licensing and all kinds of stuff that a person needs in order to build up enough credibility to get further in the job market.
Definitely.
And enhance their well-being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not only that, but I think it'll help them, just their spirit, what we're going to do is at the very beginning of the program, the participant will bring in their resume, and at the end of the first month of the program, they'll redo their resume, and they'll see that they have a driver's license, they have a forklift license, they have experience in a warehouse, they have experience with customer service, and then at the end of the second month, they'll do it again, and they'll be able to see month by month the progress that they're making and how different their chances are.
Yeah, they might be able to feel pretty good about their progress, right?
Which is huge.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Well, and this is a great way of really living up to the mission of the Broome County Council of Churches, which is, to connect compassion with needs and inspire growth with dignity. We're inspiring that growth in people.
Definitely.
Yeah, this is it's profound. I can't tell you enough about how that is really helping us move forward in the next 40 years. Not saying that anything, we did. It wasn't like it's led up to this. It's not like the past is wrong or anything. It's kind of like the evolution of where we've come from and where we're headed. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So part of that too is that we're hoping in the next 40 years, because of the increase of refrigerator space and the and freezer capacity, we're hoping to distribute more produce, right?
Definitely.
Why is that important?
Well, I think a big issue in America is just health. So I think if these people who need our services are just given, not the healthiest food, processed food, then it can lead to health issues and whatnot. But if we've kind of vowed to increase our amount of fresh and healthy foods that we give out to our clients. So in doing that, it increases just their physical health. So increasing our clients' physical health through the food we give out, their spiritual and mental health through the programming, I think it's just going to leave people just in a better position.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So more produce, huh? What's that going to do to you?
Well, that'll require a lot of communication with the agencies that Jack had mentioned before, and constant communication and keeping things fresh. And with this new refrigeration, it's going to be a heck of a lot easier.
Yeah, because that's called perishable food, right? So
shelf life.
When everything was shelf stable, it kind of could sit there for a period of time before it went out. But with perishable food, it kind of puts the pressure on, doesn't it?
It sure does. It's a good motivator to get it out and to let it help people.
Yeah. Well, that's an important thing. And dietitians have said that really that we need to consume as people more produce, more fresh food, because it helps with long-term helps curb some of the long-term problems that we might come up with otherwise, right?
Yeah.
So this is another important thing that we'll be looking at in the next few years as CHOW is concerned. So what is our metric that we're trying to work from this year?
So by 2019, we want 1/3, 33% of all of the food that we give out to be fresh and healthy food. So that's not processed, high sugar, fatty food like that. So you want produce and fresh meat and dairy products and stuff like that. Right now, we're able to get a lot of produce. So far, off of the CHOW bus markets, there's been 22,000 pounds of produce distributed from January 1st to today.
Now, these do generate a profit from the CHOW bus too, right?
Yes. So we purchase food from B-Log and Sons Produce and sell that for much cheaper than you could find in a supermarket, and also food that's donated to us, we give away for free. So anyone that comes to a CHOW bus market won't leave empty-handed.
Now, what happens to that profit that we generate off the bus?
So the profits that we generate from the bus is used to feed kids in the summer. A lot of kids that they rely on school lunches, school breakfast programs to eat. So in the summer, they don't have that. So we try to get food out to the food deserts in in Broome County, like Deposit and Whitney Point. And we drop off non-perishable food as well as prepared lunches.
So a person not only when they buy fruit, produce from us, not only do they feed themselves and their family a healthier,
Right.
something healthy, they also will be able to help children
Definitely.
who otherwise would go hungry.
Yeah. So we're able to purchase about 3.5 meals with $1. So you could come to a Chow Bus market and you can buy 6 apples for $3. Not only are you buying 6 apples, but you're also feeding. You're providing a lot of meals for kids. So it's a two-way street.
And how many meals went off the bus last year?
I think 10,000 pounds, so about 8,000 meals.
8,000 meals. That's a lot of kids that were helped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty impressive too.
Definitely.
Well, Justin and Jack, it's been great having you both on Encounter today. We've been talking about the 40th anniversary of Chow and what the next 40 years is going to look like. And with you guys working in the warehouse, it's going to be a great year coming up. So thanks both for being on Encounter.
Of course.
And to our listeners and viewers, thank you so much for being a part of Encounter today. Have a great day.